haven't filmed a vlog in my bed in ages. It feels like old times. Run! Hi guys! So I'm still in the midst of all of this wedding planning and preparing for the wedding. It's only 3 weeks away. Can you believe it? As you probably saw from my last video, William and I are in a long distance relationship. And it came to the question of, yeah, we're getting married, but where are we gonna live? And it just seemed easier for us to choose one of the 2 states we live in. After a lot of prayer and thinking about whether it should be Minnesota, where he lives, or Michigan, where I currently live, we decided that I'm gonna move to Minnesota and we're gonna start off there. I'm really excited for this new adventure, but it means moving out of this room that I've lived in ever since we moved to Michigan when I was in kindergarten. This started off as Autumn in my room, and we used to have 2 twin beds in here until I got to claim this as my own, as was my birthright as the older child. But it's sort of the end of an era, just closing the chapter on a part of my life, and there's mixed feelings about it. This room has sort of been my sanctuary. I mean, the joke in our family is that both Autumn and I are grown adults, and so these have been our apartments. And I go visit Autumn in her apartment, and she'll come and visit me in my apartment. So pretty much all of my stuff has been contained in this one room. And now I'm gonna be in a house with a boy. I'm just kidding. I'm really looking forward to married life and setting up our own home. Something that I've wanted to film and share with you for a long time has been a tour of my room. And since I need to pack up everything and move it anyway, I thought it's as good a time as any, despite the fact that I chose today, which happened to be the hottest day in Michigan in September. So let's start our tour. So first off, whenever you enter the room, you notice the back of my door, and it has a lot of fun decorations that I've kept for many, many years. These wood ornaments, I saw them at Target a while back, and Autumn bought them for me, and she arranged them for me. I think I had gone to the Philippines. I came home and she had decorated the door like this, and I've kept it ever since. I also just got this postcard last time I went to Disney World, and I really like it. It's holographic. Hello! We have some artwork that I made in Madagascar, as well as one of the cards in Madagascar. And I have a really close relationship, and she is so creative and so wonderful. That she decorated one of the bags, birthday bags, with this wonderful little design, and I cut it out and kept it because I thought it was just so adorable and wonderful. As well as this, she made this little candy cane and colored it in, and it was just so beautiful. I couldn't possibly throw it out. So this is something I've been working on that's pretty new to my room, is this Harry Potter themed wall. It started off with just these Hogwarts Running Club medals, and as you can see, I have a ton of different medals that I have collected. I did run all of them to earn this Marauders medal, which I'm super proud of. Look how beautiful it is. And then they have ones that are themed for each of the films and movies. I think this is just so cute, is this Molly Weasley Ugly Jumper Run. That's one of my favorites. And then this is from when I went to Wizarding World Harry Potter with Casey and Autumn. I got the Perfect Prefect badge for running all the races in 2016. I also bought this Ravenclaw head girl pin when we went to Wizarding World of Harry Potter. This is one of my favorite art pieces. And you could get each of them individually, but I liked seeing them all together, especially with Harry versus Voldemort on the edges, and then you have Ron and the Deluminator, and then you have Hermione obliviating, and then in the middle you have Harry doing Expecto Patronum, which is one of the spells he's probably most famous for. So I just really like this series. Kellen gifted this to me for one Christmas, I believe. And it's by Risa Rodil. She is just one of my favorite artists, and I especially like her typography. And this is a quote from J.K. Rowling. And this is the newest addition to my wall. It was a really fun little project. The artwork are postcards actually that I found on Etsy, and then I cut out the letters, sort of like with the wand holsters that I made for each of the houses, and then put it into a shadow box. And look how cute all of them are. Even the snake, like, just so cute, wrapped up in a scarf. We have my bedside table. You can see the fan because it's so stinking hot right now. And this has been my bedside office space all the time. Has been my little Tigger mug. It's still one of my favorite mugs, and it holds all of my pens and highlighters and tape and things like that. Also on my bedside table is my favorite picture of my parents. Just how much they love each other, and it just warms my heart, this picture especially. They're just amazing people, and that is probably going to be one of the hardest things about moving to Minnesota, is leaving my parents and my sister behind. But we'll definitely make trips and visit, and it's not like we'll never come back to Michigan ever again. So moving right along, we have my stereo system. I've had this stereo system for years and years and years, and you know, it has space for cassettes, kids. But not just one, but two. You could play, you know, 2 cassettes and both sides. So that's pretty awesome. And it gives some pretty good sound. Has CD player. And you know, if you want to listen with headphones, you can plug it in there. And then the more modern Blu-ray player is there. This is a gift my sister gave me, I think this last Christmas. It combines 2 of my favorite loves, which is Star Wars and rock and roll music. And I could totally see them as a glam rock band. R.I.P. Carrie Fisher. But it's wonderful, and it just makes total sense that, you know, C-3PO and R2-D2 would be on keys, and Chewbacca would be on the drums. I know, my armoire has a gap tooth, but inside is the TV. And I used to keep in this drawer, and it used to be super neat, but not so much anymore, is all my video games, because N64 and Sega Genesis are really awesome game systems that I love. And for some of you, some of this artwork might seem pretty familiar if you've seen this door. So I love that it's the verse about whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, and then also the 10 Commandments. I have had both of these probably since I was a teenager. Oh, hidden musical instruments. You're gonna see that this is a theme in my room. So there's 2 basses, a guitar lele, and a ukulele right there. And also my mic stand. And on the other side of my bed, I have my Luna acoustic guitar, and I have my Flying V. Oh, and there's 2 more instruments. Both of my acoustic guitars, the Ovation, which I've yet to sell, and then my Taylor, which I will never, ever, ever sell. So here we have the dresser. I keep a lot of my, you know, getting ready in the morning stuff here. Jewelry and the like. So much shadow. Hey! But yeah, there is my graduation tassel. Class of 2005 from high school. Aw, I know him. What a handsome guy. But yeah, it's amazing. Our first Christmas together, 2016, and our next Christmas will be as a married couple. Crazy how things happen. This was a little activity that I did with the middle school girls, just talking about boundaries to have, as well as who are you going to be searching for in your life, and also does that align with your dreams, your personal dreams that you have for your future, and to pray about all of these things with God. I took this activity to heart. You know, I think every middle school leader wants to have their kids succeed and everything, and I really thought that this activity was something that not only they should do, but something I should do, and I wanted to lead by example, and it's something that I've kept on my mirror for many, many years to remind myself of that. Then I have some film strips here. Some of them are from graduations, some of them are from friends hanging out, and others of them are from my parents' 30th wedding anniversary. My necklace tree, which has all of my necklaces, and oh, Ravenclaw's diadem. This is my belt buckle collection that I have all my belt buckles, the nerdy ones to the more fun, serious ones, but they're all in here. Yeah. This is a newer corner that I organized in the last year or two. This is a bit old. I made this sunglass holder out of old Tom's flags, and it was a really fun craft project. As you can tell, there's a theme of I love to do craft projects. So this is my collection of glasses. I know it's pretty extreme, but most of them are either really funny costume glasses, like Luna's glasses, or they were really, really cheap, like from Salvation Armies or Plato's Closet or whatever. Autumn went with this whole Harry Potter theme for Christmas for me, which was pretty awesome. She made this flying key carousel, which is pretty much the coolest thing I've ever seen, and it's something that she made for me, which makes it doubly special. All right, so more Harry Potter pops. I like to keep them in the boxes. And there's a lot of things here from our last Wizarding World of Harry Potter trip, like the Honeydukes glass container, the chocolate frog, the pumpkin juice, and they also had that little potions elixir section that was pretty awesome. So I got one of those. Harry Potter glasses, and I also got a howler. Then this is my Doctor Who shelf with my little Doctor Who micro figures and the sonic screwdriver, and pretty much my favorite companion, even though she's not technically a companion, she's always a companion in my heart, is River Song. Spoilers. And then the 10th Doctor and the 11th Doctor from two of my favorite episodes, which with each of them in. The Big Bang 2 and the other one where we lose Rose. I also am a Lego fiend, as you might have seen in my video entitled Things I Like Legos, and I collect a lot of the minifigures. Another theme of my room is collections, but I got these magnetized boards and I collected a bunch of Lego minifigs, especially, look, the little nurses. And then the newer ones are these Disney themed Lego ones, which are pretty awesome, if I do say so myself, and Harry Potter themed keychains. This is something I got at the Relient K 10th anniversary of their album and I just loved how crafty it looked, and so I bought it and I hung it in the middle of this. Alright, so this is one of the greatest finds I ever found on eBay, is this snow globe with Harry catching the snitch. And let me actually play a little bit of it for you. So, along with the snow globe, I also have the Golden Trio in Pop's form, and another medal series from the Hogwarts Running Club, which was sort of the house challenge. And then there's just a bunch of souvenirs from my time at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. My friend Jenny made this ornament, which was really cute, and we had an ornament exchange, and I won it, which was awesome. This quill Autumn gave me from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, as well as the sugar version. And then Kellen gifted me this mug, which is pretty awesome, of the Hogwarts silhouette. And this was another thing I found on Etsy, which is pretty awesome. Harry Potter playing cards. And she illustrated each of the characters, and they're book compliant, and they're pretty awesome. And I got this caricature done of us a couple summers ago. If you have the opportunity to get a caricature done, I highly recommend it. All right. Oh, more collectibles. So this is a poster I got off of DisneyMovieRewards.com for purchasing the Aladdin Diamond Edition. Aladdin is my favorite Disney movie, so I saw this poster and I just fell in love. I thought it was just so beautiful and it's so bold. Here is my collectible shelf. As you can see, there's a lot of Aladdin stuff on it, but there's also Disney things And you'll also notice a lot of tigers because tigers are my favorite animal. I thought, you know, I really want the magic lamp from Aladdin, and when I went on eBay looking for them, I actually remember this. It's like a magic 8-ball version of the magic lamp, and you're supposed to rub it and then it comes up with a new answer. This one, it says, "It is certain," but they were so expensive. But I remember seeing these in the box as a child and really wanting them, but not really expressing that to my parents. And so I was able to buy it myself and still be a kid. And my Boba Fett bobblehead, Disney characters, some remaining villains from Doctor Who, Wally, and the alien from Toy Story. I have this bobblehead collection. This was from PacSun. And then this is actually the nesting dolls, and there's a ton of tigers on the inside. And snow globes. I love snow globes. So, anyway. And there's Fievel. Okay, so this is a fun little shelf here. You've probably noticed it from a lot of my vlogs. This is a photo I actually got at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and their basses. At first I thought they were electric guitars, and then I noticed, oh, duh, they have 4 keys and they have 4 strings. They're basses. So anyway, which is fine because I know how to play the bass. So I'm still representing, but I just love how graphic it is. Back to the shelf. This shelf has ever been evolving with things. This is more my tourist shelf, and it has things from my childhood, of places I've been, of experiences I've had, and so we're just going to go through from one side of the shelf to the other what these things are. So these are things that I got from Madagascar, lemur and a chameleon, and they were made by locals, and they're pretty awesome. And then this is a, I was about to say frog, that's a turtle that my mom got for me when she traveled to Haiti. And that is a little lamb that I've had since as long as I can remember. I remember that little lamb. And another little lemur that I got in Madagascar. Another thing that I like to collect are instruments from around the world, especially the places I've gone. So this is a little drum from Madagascar with the baobab tree on the bottom of it. And then this I got from Colombia, and it's just a rain stick. You know, it's a fun little thing that I do on trips, like going to shops and saying, "Do you have a musical instrument?" I got this in Toronto, of all places, in their Chinatown. It had a tiger on it, and I thought it was really wonderful. The water's kind of gone out of this, but it's another snow globe of my family. This colorful thing is from the Blue Man Group. It's a drum head that they used and they sold, and I couldn't pass it up, even though it was super expensive. This big fan in the background is from the Philippines. I just love the colors in it, and it really reminds me of that time and that place. This is a maraca that somebody gave me from Mexico, and next to it is a flute that I got from Mexico when I went. And then we have Pittsburgh, and we have a Chicago snow globe, because those are 2 cities that I have very fond memories of. And then when I visited my grandma and Papa in Florida, I got this Florida shell. Now this little cannon is really special, especially since I'm getting married to the man who gifted this to me. One of the jokes that he had while I was on Mercy Ships was talking about how I have to make sure the ship has cannons. And I said, well, we're a non-lethal ship and everything, and I'll look, but I don't think there's any cannons and everything. And it was one of the things that he gave me was an official Mercy Ships miniature cannon. And I think it was one of the first signs that I knew that he liked me, because it was in a box that he gifted me the first time he visited me, and it was super sweet and thoughtful. This ukulele was, it's not really a functional ukulele, but it was the first ukulele I owned, and my parents gave it to me when they went out to California. And then this was a truck that I found in the Philippines, made out of Coke cans. It's really made out of Coke cans, and I thought it was just so cool and clever. And then there's the Weenie Mobile, a wax mold of it when William and I went on a date here in January, or was that February? I think it was February. We went to the Henry Ford Museum with my family, and we got the Weenie Mobile. And then that's from North Carolina. Went on many different mission trips to North Carolina. And this big old thing is the National Instrument of Madagascar. And it's pretty fun. But it's supposed to be made out of horn. I don't think this one's made out of horn. I think it might be a fake one, but anyway. And then none of you have seen her in my vlogs because she long passed away, but this was Jezebel. She was my favorite cat of all the cats we've owned, all 4 of them. At this point, we've pretty much done the majority of my room, and now we get to this alcove area. You'll notice this big wall of stuff that I have in my room. This is different posters and graphic design and just a ton of different things from my life and things that have meant a lot to me. And then I have this large overstuffed chair that I did not use as much as I really should have. It's a wonderful little reading nook. I think it's pretty unique that I have this little alcove that looks out into my room. And then I put up more shelves. I'm a big My Little Pony Friendship is Magic fan, and so I collected a bunch of the Funko ones for them. Yep. And then I made this little Lego puzzle box. It's a secret how you open it. And then Autumn gave me this little pony who's a nurse. How sweet is that? And then this last shelf is the main 6 ponies. And then I just didn't have space on my shelf. But I love Papa books, and there's a Disney Princess book and a Star Wars book. So here we have my bookshelf. I like to collect like classic hardbound books, and Barnes & Noble has a bunch of these collections. So I grabbed, you know, Sherlock Holmes and Chronicles of Narnia, and the Jane Austen novels are all in here, so that's pretty awesome. As well as Winnie the Pooh and Star Wars. I read Anne of Green Gables for the first time, and it was not as good as the movie series, but it's pretty good. And then just a lot of different books. And this has been a bookcase that has changed a lot over the years. I really love book series, as you can tell, like Percy Jackson. I still haven't read these. I said in a video, oh, I'm gonna read them, and I still haven't read Lord of the Rings. Oh, and there's some great friends that, great memories from going up north in Michigan. My record collection's right here, as well as more medals and more pins. And here are where I keep all of my bibs and things from running, and so they're all there. And here's more medals that I have. And Here's where I keep my pins that I want to trade when I go to the parks. You know, whenever I do get the opportunity to go to the parks. And in these 3 massive bags are my pin collections. And I hope that someday I will film a vlog of my pin collection. I'm a collector and I have a lot of stuff, so that I hope I don't clutter up my husband and my future home. Gotta make some hard decisions about what to cut and what to keep. All right, so the closet's probably the messiest part of my room, and we're gonna take a look inside it. I'm only gonna show you certain parts of it though, so enjoy that. And then look at my walk-in closet with all of the clothes and my dress for the rehearsal dinner and my wedding dress. William can't look at that yet. All right, so this shelf is newer as well. It's a shelf I'm really proud of. It's my Harry Potter bookshelf, and it has all of the books as well as the wallet that I used at Wizarding World of Harry Potter, which is a letter from Hogwarts, and Autumn bought me Hedwig when we visited, and so I just think it's a nice little shelf. And then we have, I believe that actually is my mom's wedding dress up in that corner, and all the stuff for my baby times in that box. And then those are all my trophies and things like that. Oh, you can see my MMA belts. I didn't get far in MMA, so, you know, don't think I'm a lethal killer or anything. And then this is my pin board with a bunch of, not Disney official pins, but just a bunch of patches and pins that I've collected over the years. And there's this picture frame that my parents gave me on my birthday, and it meant a lot to see this picture and remember Disneyland. Another tiger thing, but this is so awesome. I love it. I don't know where we're gonna put that in our future home, but I really love it. And then a lot of Disney hats, and the sorcerer's hat, and a boo. Love a boo. And then another Sorcerer Mickey snapback that I really, really, truly love. Now behind my wedding dress, excuse me, are some costumes, but mostly a lot of leftover instruments. So I have my keytar, I have this little mini keyboard that I use for recording small parts, my melodica, my mandolin, and then there's my accordion back there, and microphones, and all sorts of music stuff. If you can believe it, there's more in the basement. I have more instruments in the basement. And recently my grandparents gifted me their dulcimers. They really have been into dulcimer playing for years and years and years. And they gifted me 2 dulcimers, one of which my Pap actually made with his 2 hands from scratch. And so it means a lot to me that I have that in my collection. So yeah, I'm a collector, and not of inexpensive things like musical instruments, but the addiction to musical instruments is still going strong, and William has the same problem, so we're gonna have our own little family band, I guess. Like I said, this has been my space for 25 years, and now that's going to change. And it's a good thing. It's a good change. I just wanted to mark the moment and spend some time giving you a tour, even for sentimental reasons, that I can watch this video and remember what it was like having my own little apartment. I'm the musical nurse. I'll see you guys real soon. Bye!